안녕하세요, 백하입니다. WEARS 리딩클럽에 오신 여러분 환영합니다. 이번 시간에는 저번에 시작했던 Wears Prada, Devil Returns 를 읽어서 이어볼 텐데요. 저번 시간에는 앤디가 여전히 미란다의 비서 일을 하면서 비가 오는 와중에도 불구하고 미란다가 시킨 일을 수행하기 위해 고군부터 하는 모습이 그려졌습니다. 이번 시간에도 해당 부분, 앤디의 꿈을 이어서 읽어보겠습니다. There wasn't time to dwell on her misery, though, because as soon as she made it to the curb and stopped to evaluate the damage, her phone rang again. It had been ballsy, hell, downright reckless, to ignore the first call. She simply couldn't do it again. Dripping, shivering, and near tears, Andy tapped the screen and said hello. Andrea, is that you? You've already been gone for an eternity. I'll ask you one more time. Where is my lunch? I simply won't be kept waiting like this. Of course it's me, Andy thought. You dialed my number. Who else would be answering? I'm so sorry, Miranda. It's really hurried up right now, and I'm trying my best to. I'll expect you back here immediately, that's all. And before Andy could say another word, the line was disconnected. No matter that the icy water trapped in her shoes was squeezing around her toes in the most disgustingly imaginable way, or that it had been hard enough to walk in those hills when they were dry, or that the sidewalks were growing slicker by the second as the rain started to freeze. Andy began to run. She sprinted as best she could down one block and had only one more to go when she heard someone calling her name. Andy, stop! It's me! Stop running! She would recognize that voice somewhere, but what was Max doing there? He was away that weekend, upstate somewhere for a reason she couldn't quite remember, wasn't he? She stopped and turned, searching for him. Over here, Andy! And then she spotted him, her fiancé, with his thick dark hair and piercing green eyes and rocked good looks, was sitting astride an enormous white horse. Andy didn't particularly like horses ever since she'd fallen from one in second grade and shattered her right wrist, but this horse looked friendly enough. Never mind that Max was riding a white horse in Midtown Manhattan in the middle of a blizzard. Andy was so ecstatic to see him, she didn't even think to question it. He dismounted with the ease of a practiced rider, and Andy tried to remember if he'd ever mentioned playing polo. In 3 long strides, he was at her side, enveloping her in the warmest, most delicious embrace imaginable, and she felt her whole body relax as she collapsed into him. My poor baby, he murmured, paying neither the horse nor the staring pedestrians any mind. You must be freezing out here. The sound of a phone, that phone, rang out between them, and Andy scrambled to answer it. Andrea, I don't know what part of immediately you don't understand, but... Andy's whole body was shaking as Miranda's shrill voice drilled into her ear, but before she could move a single muscle, Max plucked the phone from her fingertips, tapped end on the screen, and tossed it with perfect aim directly into the puddle that had previously claimed Andy's feet. You are done with her, Andy, he said, wrapping a large down comforter around her shoulders. Oh my God, Max, how could you do that? I'm so late. I haven't even made it to the restaurant yet, and she's going to kill me if I'm not back there with a lunch in... She, he said, touching 2 fingers to Andy's lips. You are safe now. You are with me. But it's already 10 after 1, and if she doesn't... Max reached both hands under Andy's arm and lifted her effortlessly into the air before gently depositing her side saddle on top of the white horse, whose name, according to Max, was Bandit. She sat in shocked silence as Max removed both her soaking wet shoes and tossed them into the curb. From his duffel bag, the one he carried everywhere, Max pulled out Andy's favorite fleece-lined booty-style slippers and slid them onto her raw red feet. He settled the down coverall over her lap, tied his own cashmere scarf over her head and around her neck, and handed her a steel thermos of what he announced was specially sourced dark hot chocolate, her favorite. Then in one impressively flawed motion, he mounted the horse and picked up the reins. Before she could say another word, they began to trot down 7th Avenue at a good clip, the police escort in front of them clearing the way of traffic and pedestrians. It was such a relief to be warm and loved, but Andy couldn't get rid of the panic she felt at not completing a Miranda sign task. She'd be fired, that much was sure, but what if it was worse than that? What if Miranda was so livid that she used her limitless influence to make sure Andy never got another job? What if she decided to teach her assistant a lesson and show her exactly what happened when one simply walked out, not once, but twice, on Miranda Priestley? I have to go back, Andy shouted into the wind as their trot became a run. Max, turn around and take me back. I can't. Andy, can you hear me, sweetheart? Andy. Her eyes flew open. The only thing she felt was the pounding of her own heart as it raced in her chest. You're okay, babe. You're safe now. It was just a dream, and from the looks of it, a really horrible one. Max crooned, cupping her cheek with his cool palm. She pushed herself up and saw the early morning sun streaming in from the room's window. There was no snow, no sleet, no horse. Her feet were bare but warm under the buttery soft sheets, and Max's body felt strong and safe pressed against her own. She inhaled deeply, and the scent of Max, his breath, his skin, his hair, filled her nostrils. It was only a dream. 네, 지금까지 Revenge Wears Prada, The Devil Returns의 첫 부분, 앤디의 꿈을 함께 읽어보셨습니다. 이번 꿈을 통해서 여러분들은 앤디가 아직도 여전히 미란다와의 과거에서 벗어나지 못했고 또 현실을 살아가면서도 얼마나 그 무의식 중으로 과거의 일을 꿈으로 꿀 만큼 얼마나 앤디가 과거에 매여 있는지 같이 느끼실 수 있었을 거예요. 이렇게 생생한 악몽을 꾸면서 여전히 그 미란다와의 일에서 완전히 벗어나지 못하고 현재를 살아가고 있는 앤디의 모습을 잘 보실 수 있었습니다. 다음 시간부터는 전체적인 책을 모두 다 읽지는 않고 제가 여러분들께 이 줄거리를 이해하실 수 있는 아주 좋은 장면들을 선택해서 함께 공유 드리려고 합니다. 이번 시간에도 함께 해주셔서 감사합니다. Thanks for joining, guys. I hope to see you again. Bye bye.